right, fighting for our freedom, and that is absolutely true. But it's also true of those of us who have Greek ancestors. They did exactly the same thing. 80 years ago, they stood up for what they believed in. They stood up and said no to the invading forces because they knew that that was not the right thing for other people to be trying to take their liberties away. So we can learn a lot from that. We can be very proud of our Hellenic roots and the way our ancestors and forefathers and forebearers stood up for what we believe in today. There's a little story or a little line that somebody I know quite closely to me often says, bad things happen when good people do nothing. And that's what the Greeks decided to do 80 years ago. They were good people, and they knew what the invading German forces were doing was not right. So they stood up for it. 80 years ago, that lesson still applies today. Fortunately, it's not wartime for Australians. So we can remember that lesson everywhere we go, when we're adults and when we're kids, in the classroom, in the playground, on the sporting field, wherever we are. If there's a lesson to be learned from today's presentation, bad things happen when good people do nothing. If you see bad things happening, kids, always put your hand up. Always tell something, that's not right. That's not how it's supposed to be done. You can tell the person that's doing it, you can tell your mum and dad, you can tell one of the teachers. And because the Greeks did that 80 years ago, we have our freedoms that we enjoy today. So much so that, where are the two boys in the exile costumes out the back? So we had our freedoms, our forefathers and forebearers fought for those freedoms, and as a result we can live the lives that we want to live today. In year 3, when I was at Floreat Primary, I regretted having those liberties because it was free dress day. And my mum decided, when everyone else at school was wearing MASH hats, and some of the parents will remember this era, MASH hats and VFL jumpers as it was in the day, my mum decided to send me to school in full Greek costume. Now, when your name is also Basil Zempilas, that is a character building experience. But remembering what we learned today, that our ancestors fought for our right to be able to do whatever it was that we wanted to do, I say thank goodness for that. It's wonderful to be here. It's terrific to see the school flourishing. I'm sad that our headmaster is leaving us, but we know that he's left us in good shape. And what an exciting future we have here at St Andrews. Thank you for listening. Thank you to all of you who performed in today's assembly, and thank you for being a part, whatever part it is, in the wonderful community that is St Andrews. Thanks everyone.